Now let's just do a simple example. So I said here, Mary's mood is affected by the climate. She's happy only when it's sunny and it's not cold. Can you write a program that will prompt the user to tell you if it's sunny and if it's cold? So you have to ask two questions to the user. Is it sunny and is it cold? And then use that input to compute if Mary is happy. Again, I will take a minute. Like I said, I want these sessions to be as interactive as possible. So take a minute and see if you can write this program quickly. So everybody could have written this program differently, right? All I want to share with you guys, I mean, of course, I provided this as solution.py, but more importantly, I want you to follow my thought process, right? And the thought process, if the thought process comes out correctly, the code, I believe, will come out automatically. So the thought process is, first, I need two inputs. And to get inputs, I use the input command, right? And the input command takes one parameter, which is the message I want to display, right? So that's something you can customize. What I've tried to do here is two things. One, I've asked a question, is it sunny? And then the user might answer in many different ways. Right now, I'm trying to constrain the ways they answer me by saying, please enter true or false. And in a subsequent section, we will talk about providing multiple options. The user can enter capital case true, can enter just T alone or F alone, etc. Right? So right now we are writing basic programs, so we're not checking for all possible options, etc. Because I want to focus on the logic part of this program. But I'm just highlighting that later you have to think about all this stuff. But the thought process in the top part of my code is basically what are the inputs that I need to get from the user. So it's all together. In this case, there are two inputs. And they're very similar, right? Only the question is different. And as soon as the input comes back, I store it in two variables. Now, what is interesting here is these variables, we have to decide in what form do we want these variables to be, right? Do we want them as a string form or do we want them in a Boolean form, right? And that is really important, right? Because otherwise that is going to be something that we have to take care of, okay? So that's the first things. What is the inputs that I want? And then, you know, where do I want to store it? So then immediately after that, we can print back to the user what is the input that he gave us, right? Because we're just returning it. And now the important thing is I had asked that the logic of our program is in this code, right? It is sunny and not cold, right? So Mary is happy is sunny and not cold. And that's basically the idea of this program. So I'm going to pause and see if I can take any questions. There's no right and wrong. It's really what you need and how you want your program to evolve. But I think the important thing here, which I wanted all of you to get comfortable with, is, of course, getting inputs from the user and then combining those inputs using a logical condition, right? And you can see why this becomes a building block, right? It's saying I can take inputs from the user and create logical constructs. And so I can build all kinds of programs using this idea. Okay, so I don't want to stress this too much. I just want to say that that gives you one important building block that we're going to take away from this session today, is that we can combine Boolean variables using 3 basic operations and make very interesting logical constructs out of it. Okay.